G&T back at you one more time with another episode. Oh, we are so excited about this episode too. Guys, we're talking D23.
Yeah!
And, of course, we can't go too far without talking Ahsoka.
Hell yeah!
So let's dive right into this conversation. So, guys, look, like we always say, grab your chair, pull that thing up to the table. We have a discussion to have. But before we do, I want to introduce my boys that's with me right now. To my left, Mikey Mike.
Hello there.
George.
Yo.
And Frankie, a baby.
Larry, baby.
My man. Today, this team makes up the G&T crew to go and talk this good stuff. And we have to start with the amazing D23 conversation. Boys, how about those whales?
Yo, Prairie Dogs Family Season 3 is going to be off the chain.
I mean, when I looked at how the waters look so blue.
So blue.
And the whales was diving so far down.
When he said, I lost my mind.
You felt that, didn't
songs,
you? You
man,
felt that?
those chills, man. Chills.
I mean, oh my God. Forget Captain America. We have Captain Whale.
Captain Ishmael.
His name's Orca.
Orca.
Whoa.
Captain Orca.
I guess, why talk about, anything's going on with somebody in space? Like, hey, for example, where's Doctor Strange? No, we're not going to talk about that. Oh, we're not going to talk about, Thor and Love. No, we're not going to talk about that. Heck, we're not even going to talk about Mickey Mouse and Minnie.
No, we're going to discuss the 3 crustaceans that are currently on Captain Orca's fin.
I
Last
watched
season
that.
there were 6. I don't know what happened to the other ones yet.
They probably fell off. God, man, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Go frustrated. Okay, obviously we're joking about D23. Something that we usually be so excited for, but this time we're so not excited at all. We're going to just mess with it. So, any last things you want to talk about D23 that we learned? Okay, how about this? Something positive.
Parks, and more parks. Boom, done.
Yeah, lots of parks.
Lots of parks.
They're doing some cool things with the parks.
All the parks. It's like parks and recreations.
Possibly the best thing to potentially ever happen to anyone, anywhere in the history of the universe.
Yeah, definitely parks and recreations.
But a lot more expensive.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong.
It ain't free.
The new Marvel ride at Adventures Camp sounds cool. But that's it, man.
Potential changing and having Encanto and Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
land,
they have
Castle of Dino.
What's that other thing that they had? The Moana ride.
the new Moana,
the new Moana ride. I mean, that's cool. That's great. But we're not here for that. I don't care. But, I mean, listen, we got one more day. Today should be also the last day of reveals. I mean, I'm not expecting a crazy show, but it's D23, right?
Yo,
Well, maybe they'll finally, hopefully say, hey, we actually came to an agreement, and you will have TV shows and movies in the next year.
That would be nuts.
Today is September 10th, 2023, and we ain't got that today.
Nah, yeah. But you know what's funny? What a slap in the face. Now it's September. The parks are going to start to close down. And now they're going to show you all the things that you could have had or the stuff they're going to come out with. Like, don't you wish you got on that roller coaster? Oh, it's not coming out for a while.
It's not
because
about
we're going
that.
to blog and we're going to put it all on everything on D23.
Disney knows tax season's coming up. Everyone's going to be like, ooh, that roller coaster from 2 months ago looked hot.
But you want to know something? So apparently, Disney and the state of Florida are actually in talks of Disney becoming its own non-profit organization, which is actually going to make it where ticket prices are going to be way cheaper, which is going to open up the opportunity for more people to come through. But it's going to increase the taxes of the state of Florida to compensate for those losses.
How are they going to become non-profit?
I don't know, man. It was kind of interesting, and they're really trying to make it where, like, technically Walt Disney and all of its counterparts in Disney World in Florida will technically be its own kind of like Vatican City. It's going to be governed by Walt Disney Company.
Oh, so they're trying to get back to that.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had that before.
They had it, and they're trying to go
Florida
back.
took it away.
Yeah, because apparently they're like, well, technically you're in the state of California or state of Florida and you have to pay those taxes, but now they're going to make it where they won't have to because they're going to be self-governed. And at that point, they wouldn't have to worry about anything that happens outside of Florida. But because of all that, taxes in Florida will increase because now all of that stuff is going to be going to Disney as business profits.
That's interesting.
It's crazy, isn't it?
That's
Interesting.
ridiculous.
Yeah. You got to love it. Greedy.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if my
Hey,
tickets
if
are
it
cheaper
makes,
next year, I'm cool.
Yeah, if it makes
Dude.
it cheaper for me to
The-
go to Disney, sure.
it's
So
going to be cheaper
they'll
by
pay their
$5.
employees even less.
Probably.
Yeah,
And
probably.
by
they'll
$5.
just give bigger discounts to them at restaurants.
Family, their overhead is going to drop down lower, but yet their profits is going to go to the roof now because if they're going to say like, all right, we're saving you $15 to
Oh, no,
go
we're
ahead and
talking
get
about
into the
more.
theater. I mean, to go and go into the parks. I mean, if they say like, hey, we're saving you money, $15 is $15. I don't care what nobody say. $15, you two beers, $30. But we already spending like $120 to get into the daggone to
For
get into the
each
park.
park.
Yes,
And there's 4 of them.
family.
Right? 4?
Yeah.
4.
So
And potentially a fifth.
Yeah, they're at Star Wars Land?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Which if they do that, you got my money.
Take it.
You got my
That
money.
is
I'm broke.
mind spinning. Like
Yeah, so that's D23, man.
they're just gonna. They don't want some of the money. They want all of the money.
Yeah.
All of it.
I want all the
And we want to pay less to get it. That's a slippery slope.
You gotta love
Yeah. Cue to like the dramatic like camera pulling back with Mickey like.
Is that Mickey having a seizure?
No, that's Mickey drowning in his money.
All of the money.
Scrooge McDuck. That's the black stroke
Yeah.
it through all the coin. Through all the coin.
That's like number one. They're gonna
man.
start construction on Scrooge McDuck's tower to fill it.
It may be already there, man. It may be already there.
Yeah, like it's oh god. Okay, that's enough for D23. But there is that fifth park you was talking about?
Yeah,
Potential, yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah, potentially, Star Wars something.
It's supposed to be a Star Wars, like, it's supposed to be all Star Wars. Like,
Oh,
even
but-
bigger than what it is now.
Well, since we're on the
that called,
conversation of
Galaxy's
Star
Edge?
Wars,
No, well,
what a
now it's
great-
called Galaxy's Edge, but I think it's something different.
Okay, you're messing up my segue, man.
I'm sorry, man.
It's okay. We're talking Ahsoka now. Let's get real.
Let's
Let's get real here.
Let's go.
All right. Ahsoka, we just went through another episode.
2 episodes.
This episode.
Two episodes.
Oh, two.
Yeah,
Since
we
last
got 3
we
and
se-
4.
Yeah, that
Three and
sounds
four.
like
We've seen-
did 3 even happen?
No.
3 happened.
3, it's crazy because I'm driving down this way and I'm like,
man.
what happened in episode
I'm
3
the same
again?
way. I'm like,
Everything got blurred.
3 is so fast, but yet there's actually a lot that's in there.
Yo.
I mean, it wasn't bad from what I remember.
they,
Hold on.
they got the engine thing? What did they do? I don't even remember.
Okay, here we go. Okay, first off, we're going to talk episode, 3 and 4?
3 and 4.
3 and 4.
mostly.
Okay. We're going to go chronologically. So we're going to go in episode 3 first because number
From what I
4,
remember.
oh my goodness.
Bombs
Okay.
have been dropped.
Oh my goodness. And these guys had some theories that I refuse to hear from them because I need
back in my
this
phone.
and this recording. The first time I'm going to hear their theories is going to be on this podcast. So here's what happened in episode 3 that caught my attention. And I'm the more of a newbie in the Star Wars world compared
We
to
are
y'all
thankful
three.
for you.
So
Go on.
thank you. Something happened in live action in episode 3 I've never seen before. Frank, we talked about this already,
Yes, we have.
but I want to talk about it with y'all guys. I have never, and I say never, have seen a Jedi fight out of space and actually,
Oh, that's what happened.
yes,
That was the highlight of episode 3 for me.
and actually fight and slice down in the middle of space, bro. I've never
She took off
seen
a wing.
family.
Like-
I've never blocking.
Yup.
I've never seen that before.
And you know the beauty of that scene, though, is Clone Wars Anakin did the exact same thing.
And
She
Ahsoka
took-
was in that too.
And she was in that. They
Ahsoka
both
and
were out
Anakin
on
both
side.
did it.
Yep, and they were outside of their ship in space with their spacesuits on, and they're fighting a dogfight with lightsabers. Isn't that it's Filoni fashion, the way that it was done. It was so beautiful. That was so cool. I want to see it again now.
Yeah, see, there you
so
go.
good.
There you go. So it wasn't just a nothing episode. Some cool stuff happened
No,
there.
I mean it wasn't that there was a nothing episode. I mean,
But you also got a whole training sequence in
Yeah.
there. Like we started off with Hera trying to be diplomatic,
Yes.
Yeah.
and she gets completely the door shoved in her face, like slammed in her face, like.
Which is what I love is when she realized the diplomatic way wasn't the way. And she went away. She was like, well, I am a rebel.
listen, the
and-
way that she was talking.
Wait, so maybe I'm getting it mixed up. Was that in that episode, or was that in episode 4 where she's standing in front of the council? Was that?
That was
So
3.
standing in front of
That
the
was-
council
that
is
was
in
three.
3.
Front of the
Oh,
council
okay.
was 3.
The
I
I'm
do
a
have a
rebel
lot to
is
say
in
about that
4.
then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way they treated her like a dinosaur. She's of a forgotten time
Mhm.
that these people are like peace at all costs, even taking our heroes and putting them in the back burner.
Well,
Like,
she
and
asked.
dismissing her.
Yeah, the one ambassador was sitting there like downplaying her the whole time, and she's like, "Did you fight in the war?
That's the thing. Like,
No. Oh, you wanted to wait until you saw who was that had the upper hand,
Yeah.
like." And I was like, "Ooh, go ahead, Hera, get it, girl." She crazy.
The even crazy part is that whole entire conversation sits there and is talking about how there are people that are still sympathetic to the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Like this wasn't a war just won and cleaned up and like everybody goes, yeah, that was wrong. Now we're on the right. Like if you take the real life world lessons that like this is exemplifying World War II, like World War II gets cleaned up pretty quickly and easily as far
Operation
as Europe
Paperclip.
goes.
Mm-hmm.
But in this, it's messy. Yeah, there are still people out there that are sympathetic to the Empire and want to, keep the Empire going.
You know what it is though too? It's showing the weakness of the New Republic. So there's a lot of this side and that side, and they can't come up with a common goal or a common agreement, and that's why the was it the sequel trilogy, Kylo
Oh, yeah,
Ren and all of them, they're able to rise from those ashes.
The First Order.
The First Order, exactly. They're
Yeah.
they're able to rise from that and overtake the New Republic because it was in shambles to begin with. They couldn't come up with a common goal, and they're fighting amongst each other. And then it was like, all right, well, if you guys can't get your stuff together, we're gonna take over and do it our way.
See, it goes back to, and I believe you really didn't like it, and I think me and you really liked it, the Mandalorian season 3 with Dr. Pershing. That episode where it was just
Yes.
him and Coruscant,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
going through the bureaucracy and all of that, and how much it's failing, and
It's
how
not-
easy it was for the First Order to take over. But I think that plays into the Sandula, where she's like, I did all of this to achieve this. No, I'm going off on my own. And on the next episode, I'll talk about the consequences of that and what I think that can lead to.
Yeah, I think we're starting to slowly see how they're retconning the sequel trilogy with these TV shows, because everybody was wondering, like, how did the First Order come out of nowhere? Nobody knew about this. Well, there were some people that had theories of it, and Thrawn being a part of this little thing with the old Empire and stuff like that, it wasn't hard at that point, if you really think about it, for them to come back.
I think,
Yeah, no, not at all.
I think the writers of the sequel trilogy greatly overestimated the power of the fans' ability to go read the supplementary material. What is it called? Aftermath? The books that
Yeah.
do take place right
Yeah.
after it. Ain't nobody read that.
No.
I
haven't read
don't have an audiobook of
read
that.
He's like, I won't even read it. I'll just listen to it.
Exactly. I got time to read. But like, no, it is nice that it's filling in the gaps, much like the Clone Wars TV show did for Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of those fillers, and it's great. I mean, it's definitely better than Star Wars Resistance. Did you guys see that?
No.
Well, speaking of Star Wars Resistance, the one,
Resistance was not.
yeah, it was not it, man. But the great thing was the guy who was going back and forth with Hera he's in Star Wars Resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that, which I didn't catch his name. I always forget. Sorry, where's Kev when you need him? Oh, he's not
Kev.
here. Google. Terrible. Anyway,
Terrible.
But yeah.
Terrible.
you got anything else about episode 3?
I mean, we get the whole training sequence where Sabine is which is actually quite interesting because we have Hu Yang, right?
Hu Yang.
Is that how we say his
We
name?
said it
With the
correctly this time.
forearms.
Hu Yang is training her, and like we get a little bit more in depth on like Hu Yang on like how he views her, because to her face he's like, you're nothing, you're never gonna do this, like you're failing. Like he literally pulls the 4 blades around and shows her like what she did, and it was like more than half of them are red.
Yeah.
Like they're not
Yeah.
good cuts.
Nope, not
it
at all.
wasn't right. But then like he goes into the cockpit and he's like, you need to go support her.
Yeah.
Like, so like he actually is looking out and he wants to see her succeed, but it's, you know, on a different level. He can't be that one that's like, you know, I'm going to lift you up and, you know, give you that whatever fatherly, motherly touch that's going to give you the inspiration to keep going. Like,
But that's not his job.
no, it's not his
No,
job
no,
at all. Yeah.
His job is to prepare. His
Yeah.
job is not to
Or lightsabers.
nurture.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, so because of what his role is, like, okay, you suck right now.
Yep.
I need to prepare you to be better, do better.
Deconstruct.
And now,
deconstruct.
and that's when he goes to Ahsoka, like, support her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to support. She needs you more than you think.
Yep.
She's better than what she really thinks that she is. You support her, but you come back to me. That last strike was horrible. That's because he's preparing. Because
You're not
he knows
ready
what
for
he's
the
about,
next step.
because he knows what the next step is going to be.
Yeah.
And if he's battling, he'll want, like, he sounded kind of sad when he didn't hear from neither one of them.
Mhm.
And the next episode, we're going to get into that.
Yep.
But like, you heard sadness in this robot because he couldn't get a hold of neither one of them.
Yeah.
So he cares, but you're right. He's not.
We also get the really funny part when they finally shut him off and then turn him back on. He's like, Jedi protocol.
Yeah, that was great.
Like,
Thank you. All right. So anything else from episode 3?
You know what? Just talking about the Sabine and Ahsoka dynamic, like there is a bond relationship build. That was a filler episode, in my opinion.
Absolutely, it was.
And I honestly feel like it was for us to see the relationship between Ahsoka and Sabine grow. Because then we see in the next episode how much how much Sabine really means to Ahsoka in a specific scene.
Oh,
which,
yes.
Again, we'll talk about in a few minutes, hopefully, because I'm itching.
yeah, what we find, we see the whales.
Leave me alone.
I'm over here tweaking about episode 4, man.
I'm scooting over.
We're all
all
just
right?
trying to get
Contagious.
Episode 3 was necessary.
Yes, it
Yeah,
was
definitely
necessary.
necessary.
Because-
30 minutes of necessary.
Yeah,
It was we always going to have that episode of, hey, how did we get from this area to this one?
yeah.
Okay, so that was the episode. Like, oh, you had to get to the planet somehow, and they had to go through strife somehow.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go, filler. So
And it felt
training,
like episodes, or it felt like Star Wars, though. It didn't feel like it wasn't. I mean, like you said, the part where Ahsoka is on the starfighter fighting these other starfighters with a
that was
lightsaber,
crazy.
purely out of Clone Wars playbook. And then just the dog fighting itself, Star Wars at its finest. Is what
Oh,
we
even
grew
the
up on.
planes. The planes is World War II.
It was,
That
yeah.
straight
You
out
know,
of World
you know
War
what it
II.
reminded me? You remember General Grievous' ship?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it looked like.
whoa.
I mean, it could have been reused. I mean, we saw that the Empire, well, I guess Morgan was reusing Empire ships and stuff like that
Right.
for parts. So who knows? They could have pulled out the
Yeah, it
Like the whole joint.
Yeah.
totally reminded
Yeah,
me of
totally.
it.
So yeah.
So with that being said, okay, so we're going to escape out of episode 3.
Well, there's one thing that set the
Frank,
internet
why?
fire.
Go Frank.
It's like-
go Frank.
Yeah, that, like a minute of a talk out of Merrick, like, and then set the world on fire on who it actually is. So that like sets up the next episode here
yeah.
That-
with him.
yeah.
That it's not who I got excited.
I ain't
for.
mad about that though. There was so much stuff going on in 4 that I ain't mad about it.
Yeah, episode
Oh
4
no!
was
Episode 4 is amazing.
Are we just
Okay,
jumping
So
into
let's
it?
just go right into it.
okay.
Yeah.
This is when Larry shuts up and George, take it away.
Oh, why I gotta start it?
All right, episode 4. All right,
You gotta ease into it, bro, because this is a good episode. Go ahead, Frankie. You do it.
Yeah, so episode 4. We start off. We're on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Larry's me now.
Yeah, right.
It's like R2D2 with
No coffee needed.
No, did you not see the giant monster I had beforehand? Caffeine is inside me.
Okay. Pause.
Feel the
Okay. Pause. Okay. I'm sorry. Frank, continue.
All right, so what? We start off on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, their ship is destroyed. Yeah, not totally destroyed, but like
Can't
it's
fly.
damaged. They can't fly. They need to fix it.
Need work.
They're going through working that, and then they get ambushed essentially.
Ambush, yep.
You know, they send out what's her name? What's the apprentice's name?
Shin-Hati.
And Merrick to with a couple droids to.
Can we
go
talk
get 'em.
about the Rock'em Sock'em Robots part?
That fight scene was awesome.
Yes, we're getting real.
Bro,
there.
Like, he busts out all the arms.
He Grievous us, man. I'm like, oh, he's only got 2 hands. Pulls out these arms from his shoulders, like, dun, 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 dun. Freaking Android 17 here or something, man. Like, geez, that was crazy. But yeah,
Sock 'em.
no, that was definitely a Rock'em Sock'em. I can't even say it. It was so cool.
And then, like, to warn him, he just pulls the power on the ship.
Well, that
Yeah.
goes to show you that he's not a
They
fighter.
just get the thing running,
Right.
and then he goes.
Yeah.
That's how they're gonna know.
Like the guy, like Hu Yang is smart because he's like, all right, cool. I can't overpower this guy. What's the next way for me to know to tell like Ahsoka and Sabine like there's something going on?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Pull the plug. Pulls the plug. They instantly know, hey, Hu Yang's in trouble. Let's go out there. And then they go out there and it's like, let's go. And it just, I wish they would. That's like a scene where it could turn into a montage of just fighting, and I'd be like, yes, yes, let's do it. But yeah, Hu Yang with the 4-arm man. That's.
I mean, that's this whole episode is a montage of fighting.
It was yeah, and then we have them. So we get to the montage of them like they. So it was droids that they were fighting first. They got the
Yeah.
droids taken care of, and then we see them booking it after Merrick and Shin, and
And what does Hu Yang say to them, though?
stay together.
Exactly.
Stay
Best.
together.
I was like, ooh.
That was the
Even their
mo-
looks were like, yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely didn't. But I can guarantee you, after they split up and the thing that happened with Sabine, she's probably thinking like, dang, we should have stood together.
Yep.
We should have stood together. But you know what? You learn from your mistakes. You keep on trucking, right? So that's
Yeah.
what they did. They split up. And now we got to these 2 nice little fight scenes. We got Sabine and Shin, Merrick and Ahsoka. And my God, were these fights great.
Just like the little details. How cool was it to see him cutting through the trees? I thought that was awesome.
Yes.
So we
It
can
was
finally
so
see
good.
lightsabers actually do some damage.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Disney, you suck when it comes to getting lightsaber damages. It's funny. I was watching a video and they had the video of Qui-Gon Jinn. And you saw that one, right? He's
No,
like,
but I know the argument.
yeah, and he's like, well, how is that possible?
That's not possible.
Why are you not dead?
They didn't even pay his medical bills, man. That's
did.
messed up.
Bro, he probably was just like, leave him there. He'll be all right. He'll get sucked up into the Force. You know?
It took 15 years to do that. They just left him.
They just, I mean, listen, man, the Jedi are ruthless people, man. They're like, one with the Force.
I even saw like someone made like a body diagram of like, well, this is obviously where the beam hits the beam.
Oh, yeah.
And like, this is where it hit. I'm like, bull crap.
I mean, listen, if Sabine don't have a liver, then she's definitely an alien. All right, because my man got stabbed right here, and there's organs there. And if I'm not mistaken, because I listened to my science teachers in high school, there's stuff on this side too.
Yeah.
Like she should have died. And granted, I mean, get it. She got medical attention like instantly.
Immediately, yeah.
I get that. That's cool. But man,
Qui-Gon
that
did
sh-
not.
But I mean, don't get me wrong though. Qui-Gon's death was necessary for the story, right? Sabine obviously has more to tell in this story. There's something going on with her, and I think it's gonna start showing up more in the next few episodes.
Subject we'll save for another time.
Yes.
What
Qui-Gon
if
prepared to
Qui-Gon
die.
lived?
I mean, bro, we wouldn't have Anakin. We wouldn't have Vader. We wouldn't have. That's a long story that we
Yep.
can get into.
No,
We're
we're
gonna
gonna have
pick up on
Anakin.
that.
We wouldn't have Vader probably.
We wouldn't
No,
have,
we wouldn't have
well, we
Vader.
still have Palpatine.
Yeah.
Well, let's get back to that on a
Yeah,
different time.
episode
Because-
4.
Let's get back to that fight in the woods.
Yes.
Sorry, I derailed it.
And
man,
Larry's just
dude, that
over
was
there
hot.
like, my God, you guys are geeks.
I mean, listen, I want to straight up say that Sabine, as little training that she received, she held her own against Shin.
Yes.
She's a Mandalorian. She's going to pick up on the training
picked-
right away.
exactly.
And did you
She's
see
a
her bouncing
Mandalorian.
off
She's a
her
fighter.
armor and everything?
Yeah, and I'm so glad that she put her helmet on, guys. She put her helmet on. We saw her with her helmet for the first time in live
But they
action.
knocked it off, and I was like, no,
I
go
know.
back for it.
But
Like,
the fact that she had it on for that few seconds was like, yes, come on, girl. Because you know what it reminds me of, man? As much as she is training to use the Force. I don't think that the whole purpose of her being trained is for her to be a Jedi, but to be strong in the Force. And I think that's what the Star Wars story is starting to lead to, is that anyone could be strong in the Force.
Even a little kid with a broom?
Even a little kid with a broom.
At the end?
Well,
It'll
I
help
think-
him sweep up
I think
faster.
It's even more than that. It's that you don't have to be a little kid with a broom that actually has sensitivity to the Force
That's
already. That doesn't matter. You can grow in that. It's that you learn to connect.
Here's a question, because I don't know how I feel about it. When Sabine took her hand and threw it at Sin,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Shin.
did Sin feel anything,
Yeah.
or was it nothing?
No. She
She
had
she
some-
braced herself
Yeah, 'cause
like
I thought-
something was coming,
Exactly. That's
and
what I'm
then
saying.
nothing comes.
Exactly.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
it
I don't.
did.
I don't know if anything
She
was
did
there.
a Force push, and it was on a lower level Force push. That was not a product
that's
thrown.
the interpretation.
That's
we
what
got,
that was.
We got 2 yes, 1 no. Larry.
I think she did throw it, but I think that's why soon afterwards she said, "You're weak."
Mm-hmm.
But you're weak. You don't understand it. Like, you can't do it.
No, it's
In spur of the
and no,
moment,
if,
though.
Yeah.
If she didn't feel anything at all, then it would have been like your joke.
Yeah, it's like a little blip. You know what I mean?
But
Let's
I
ask
think
Kevin.
she felt.
Well, wait. When does she say you have no power?
What say, Kevin? Yeah,
When does she say you have no power? Is that before then
I
or
don't know. I
after
can't
then?
remember.
I think it was after that.
It might have been after. I don't know.
I think it was after that.
Because if it's after it, that means nothing actually went.
I'm about
So
to go
she
watch it again in
flinched
slow
just
mo.
a
I
flinch.
think
Oh.
we got ourselves a new, like,
You know what I mean?
Greedo shot first scene here.
What really happened? Minor Force push, or Shin was so scared she flinched for a second and
That's what
thought
I'm
something
saying. Like,
happened?
did she just go into, like, full defense mode?
I don't know, man. I think
I think
remember,
she went
I
into
think-
defense mode.
I
I think
honestly
she felt it.
I think she felt something. And with the training, like, I get it. Yes, Sabine is not at the caliber of Shin. She hasn't gotten the training, but not to say that she can't do those things. When adrenaline kicks in, your body's capable of so many things. And why wouldn't it be able to tap into the Force at that particular moment as a life or death situation?
That's where it would be, and that's where I think it is, like, kind of like the big question: did it kick in or didn't it? And
It could have.
it's just one of those little ambiguous things.
Because didn't that happen with Ezra when he was fighting the Inquisitors the first time in Rebels? He had a small little jolt of Force powers, and then the Inquisitor walked up to him like, "Yeah, okay." You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it happens like that. You know
But
what
I
I mean?
don't even think, like, her hair moves.
Oh, now you're thinking about physics. You're doing too much.
Dang. Science.
We
I don't
really
think
going
anything moves.
deeper.
Man,
like,
if anything, the air could have blew her hair. If
follicles didn't
anything,
even move. She didn't flick her eyebrow.
her eyebrow.
That's what I'm asking. Like, did it happen or didn't it? I don't know.
Rewind.
I
We're
think
gonna
that
watch
I
it
think
again.
that's a legit question.
No,
Like,
yeah.
did she actually hit something or not?
Answer will be next episode.
I'm gonna watch that. Like,
Official answer next episode.
after this episode, I'm watching the episode again. I need to find out now because I'm like, now I'm really thinking, like, was it just something like a nervous move from Shin where she's like, oh wait, I know what you're doing.
Because I'm telling you, like, her whole head goes back, and then she's like, what?
I honestly
Yeah.
think it was just a
I think,
baby
I think it was
force
just a light
push.
push. I think, it was
I
a light
think she
push.
gave us a little bit of a tease that she has developed some more of her force powers and that she's tapping into it
Well,
because she's training.
I think what it really boils down to, which is the way of the Mandalorian, of the Mandalorian, is that survival kicked in, and she had to tap into everything that she had because this is a strong Force user,
Yeah.
who she's going against, and she didn't tap into anything for years.
Right.
So it's like survival mode. I'm going to give you what I got,
I mean,
and it might have been just hair follicles moving, but but with something.
yeah, no, listen, something's better than nothing, but I feel like there was something there, and I think it's going to lead up to something bigger in the future. Hopefully. And that's just my thought.
Can we get past the hair follicle?
Can we
Okay,
get
so
past
on
the
the
hair
merit-
and talk about Sabine using her double blasters, too?
Oh yeah,
That was
totally.
so cool.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
she pulled out the Mandalorian in her. You know what I mean? We finally
Well,
got
yeah,
to see
she
that.
starts off fighting as a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally. And it's not until she gets to that one-on-one duel that's like, okay, now I got to be a Jedi. She pulls out the lightsaber.
And you can tell the comfort level. You can see dual blasters. She's rocking and rolling.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Lightsaber combat. She's kind of like, oh, am I
Chasing,
gonna do this?
sliding.
Can I make this? Am I gonna live through this? You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of fear in her thoughts. And then that also is why I thought that slight little force push could have been a force push because fear kicked in. What happens when you get fear?
At least the anger.
At least the anger. And you get a little bit more power out of it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that there was something there, and I'm gonna stick to it, and I'm gonna watch the episode, and I'll tell you guys later.
You got it.
I will see if there's hair follicles moving.
Let's go to the other side of that fight where we got Ahsoka and Merrick.
Yeah.
That fight scene, bro. Oh my god.
And again, I ain't even mad about it.
Just wipes him.
She pulled a Obi-Wan and
Yes,
Maul.
she did.
Yep.
Thank you.
She
Thank you.
swiped, bang, 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 whoosh, done. And done.
And then posed on the ball.
And posed on the ball.
I was like,
Like,
she bad.
Totally.
there's no way. Oh man, I'm sorry. Hold on, I didn't even know what I was gonna say for a second. I'm still like kind of like lost in that scene, but like it was definitely Obi-Wan was there in presence in that scene and how they did it, and it was great because like if you've ever wanted to see a live action scene of Obi-Wan versus Maul, you got it with Ahsoka and Merrick.
Yeah.
You got it with Ahsoka and Merrick, and it was just the fluidity of the movements and the thought process before they even engaged each other was just kind of like, I know your steps before you even know them. Like Ahsoka was one with the Force there, did her thing, and it was like, got you, bro.
And you know what's crazy? As great as that was, like the scene with Obi-Wan was so much faster.
It was.
And a whole lot
so
more
was.
precise.
Yeah.
Three
But
strikes
this-
for Obi-Wan. I think there was like 4 or 5 with Ahsoka. But it was still so cool. So cool.
It was great.
It was great.
It was great.
I think she did that was an interesting fight scene, and I think Filoni just did that scene justice with that.
Well, and I think that was also showing that like Merrick is not that powerful. He's not that strong.
I mean, we did see him come out with dust.
Yo, he oozed out of that. It just came out.
He
as a
turned
dust
to
cloud.
dust.
All right, so here goes the theory times.
Oh, let's go.
Theory times on this. So
You want to go first?
who is Merrick? What did that signify?
You want?
Could
I
he?
mean,
could he have been just an Inquisitor that was brought back through the? Is it dark magic? Dathomir magic? What's it called?
Yeah.
It could have been death.
The Night Sister magic.
Yeah, it just brought back a corpse that was, literally dust, put inside that form, and went to fight.
I had 2 theories on it. It's yes. I eventually came to thinking that way. That he's actually just like we seen who's the brother was enhanced in the same way. And when he
Savage.
gets Savage.
Yeah.
When he gets struck down, you see that magic leaving him. In
Which
the
could-
same manner.
Yeah, I was
Which
thinking
makes
the same
it,
thing for a while.
because it was in Rebels where they got possessed, but they couldn't leave the temple, right?
Yeah.
So it was a different type of magic. It wasn't.
It wasn't
If she were to resurrect somebody that was, say, decayed in dust,
Yeah.
that can be encapsulated inside that airtight uniform.
yeah, no kidding. Because like nothing was escaping that suit.
Well, see, that's the other thing. There is I'm not sure if it's Legends or if it's actually shown in
Are you
any
talking about what I'm talking about? What I was thinking?
the Sith that are actually like gasish.
Well, no. Oh, so you're on that play. I
do you-
wasn't even on
yeah.
that play.
What do
Yeah.
you fight him with?
I
Like
wasn't
Beano?
So there are
No,
Sith
you actually
that
got a
there's a
blower and
race.
suck them in.
These Sith ate too much Taco Bell.
Yeah. there's a race that basically is like gas. So it's like
Yeah.
particles, and they can take basically any form, but it has to be within like a suit.
So
Or
almost
they
like
can
nanites.
like possess a person
Sounds like-
kind of
Yeah.
thing. So like
Huh.
his suit is airtight. So I was thinking that was that nod to this Legends thing and kind of making that canon and everything. So I don't know. There's things out there. All right, George,
I'll do you one better.
hit me.
So in Legends, well, actually not even Legends, in the Old Republic, there was a Sith user. I'm not sure if it was Revan or Darth Nihilus or one of those two, but when they died, they invoked their dark side spirit into their clothing, and their clothing could actually bring them back to life if they were in the presence of.
Nihilus, not
It was
Revan.
Nihilus, right?
Yeah.
It was Nihilus,
Yeah.
okay.
Is it the one where it's the
Nihilus.
helmet?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That was my thought. That was what it was. And I'm thinking that maybe Morgan was able to tap into the dark side and kind of bring that about out of that uniform, because who else would have worn that uniform? Would have been an Inquisitor, obviously tied to the dark side. If they
Yep.
would have popped their spirit through that uniform, then it would have been able to been brought to life.
Hmm.
That was my theory on that one.
Oh, that's pretty good. I like
I
that.
dig it.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, who would have?
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, so Just a thought, man. But listen,
That's a deep cut.
I don't even think we have the full answer yet because
No.
Sam Witwer is still quiet.
So here's the problem with Sam Witwer, and we can get into it even further. Sam Witwer played Darth Maul.
Mm-hmm.
He played the brother.
Yep.
He plays the voice of Palpatine
This band dirty.
and Starkiller.
And Starkiller.
So you see Sam Witwer in that trailer. He could be being any of those characters at any time.
Absolutely.
And the voice that we hear. So, all right, Kev, you're missing out on this one. You should be here.
Sucker.
Because you're the one that brought the attention to all of us, and we all missed it. I went back and confirmed it. When Ahsoka is in the
first
temple in the very first episode, we hear a voice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's saying, is he the chosen one? And that could be the work that Sam has done on the episodes. You know, is he doing these voiceovers and they're put in periodically? And what character are they? Because that was hard to tell.
It was hard.
I thought it was Maul.
I thought it was
What's
the
it?
brother.
It comes up as
But
what?
Maul
Ghostly
and the
voice,
brother
doesn't it?
and
Their voices are very similar.
yeah.
Very similar.
Or what is no on subtitles? I think it's like Ghostly Whispers.
Yeah, it shows up as Ghostly Whispers, but like the voice sounds like from the Mortis arc, the brother.
Mm-hmm.
But the brother also has ties voice-wise to Maul. And they kind of said the same thing, if I'm not mistaken. So like
Yeah.
there's no guarantee of who is who. And that also is a theory for me for the end of the episode, which we're
And we will
slowly
get
getting
there.
to.
We will get
I'm
there.
not saying anything yet. I want to though.
We can get ready to dive there.
No, there's more. There's
dude,
more.
There's a whole nother
Larry,
thing.
there's
And
There's more, bro.
as much as that ending,
Larry's like, I'm gonna shut up.
as much as that ending and
See me?
that reveal at the end, like was emotional. I think there's more emotion in the fight before that.
Yes.
Yes.
Because it absolutely breaks
Duel
my
number
heart.
3.
Because
Duel number
that
3.
was one of the best lightsaber fights I've seen, both in mental combat, both in physical combat.
Just the,
but
the talking, the dialogue between those two
Balin-
is so powerful.
I can't not think Balin's not coming back because it Ray Stevenson's, and it breaks my heart.
Well, so he was able to.
He was amazing.
He was able to record all of his scenes for the show, if I'm correct, right? He died
Yes.
after all
Yeah,
the
no,
filming
I mean,
was
he'll
done.
be
Died
here,
after
but
everything was
but
done,
okay.
yeah.
but like,
But you're
what
talking about
happened?
any chance of
Yeah.
him living. It's a
Oh,
shame that
I want to
he
see an
can't.
entire series of
I
him.
would love a series with him. That the way that he's portraying Balin is like he reminds me of a medieval knight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's
Oh,
very
yes.
proper. He has a code that he doesn't
Yes.
lose from. But in the same sense, if that code needs to be broken for any particular reason, he will do what needs to be done.
He's a fallen Jedi.
He totally
That's
is.
the episode's
literally
name,
a
The Fallen
fallen
The
Jedi.
only time he gets emotion is when he's got Ahsoka against that wall, and he says something along the "Your legacy will be that of your master."
Yep.
Death and destruction. How does he see the events that we know played out?
It's all
Like
death
we
and
have the position of we've seen it all from the position of the camera, obviously. But you know, like what narrative has he seen
And I want to know that.
of him going of Anakin coming out and killing all the Jedi, killing all the younglings? He knows he's Darth Vader. I want to see it.
I'm telling you guys.
Well, I think at this point, any Jedi that survives knows that Anakin destroyed the temple. I think they all probably know that at this point.
I don't know, man.
Because they probably have all heard the rumors. They've all heard it. They just don't realize that Anakin and Darth Vader are the same person.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the big thing because you got to figure with hyperspace, as nerdy as it sounds, the events of Order 66 and Mustafar probably happened within 6 hours.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Anakin's fall and the resurrection of Vader,
It's like
less than a day.
instantaneous.
But let's get back to the mind games. All right, let's talk about, we're going to talk about the mind games first because it throws Ahsoka off from the beginning where she wasn't using the proper form or her dual lightsabers, where she went into the fight headstrong, sword above her head.
There's a reason why she didn't do the duel.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell you why. Balin is a dark side user who is heavily on force,
Yes.
being strong, right? If you go with a 2 lightsaber thing, you have to balance your body out and your strength between 2 blades.
I negate that.
I
By
agree
saying
with you.
I thought the same thing until I thought of episode 2 when Anakin gets the double lightsabers against Dooku. And like he holds them with the double lightsabers for how long until Dooku chops off his hands?
Yeah,
Is that what? Yeah.
yeah.
So I think Ahsoka, properly being mostly known as a dual lightsaber person, would be able to hold Balin off.
But
I think
she was,
And she held off Vader.
She was struggling though.
And how long did she hold off Vader with the dual lightsabers?
That's true too.
she held. Yeah, I
held
don't
him up
think.
pretty well.
I think her form is dictated by her mission. What was her mission? To get that sphere, to get that
She needed an
data
extra
device.
hand.
She needed to get that. She needs to have an open hand because she can't like get close to it, drop a lightsaber, grab it, pick up the
True.
lightsaber again. Like she needs to take the form that is going to.
Okay.
Have the end
That's a
result.
good.
I get
like
it.
that.
That's
Makes
really
sense.
good.
That makes sense.
Because
Yeah.
at the same time, I think during that fight, he played so many mind games with her that she decided to grab it instead of push it away with the Force. Are you kidding? Why did she grab it?
I wonder if would have been able to do that. Like it wouldn't have been so
Yeah,
simple.
I don't think it would be that simple just to push it away.
like I
with
would
the
if that
Force.
was the case, I would have been like,
Yeah,
drag. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, that-
I would have liked to seen her try, but I
it
figured
was that
he got under her
simple,
skin
yeah.
so bad from
Yeah.
the beginning
yeah.
that she was just thrown off the entire fight.
Yeah, the fact that he knew so much about Anakin, man, is like, where do you know? How do you know? What's the encounters you've had with him? Because there's, like we spoke about it in the last episode, you know what I mean? Technically around this time, Ahsoka and Balin are roughly around the same age.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like, what would be the encounters that he knew about Anakin and all that stuff? And like, did they meet? Or was he, in the Jedi Temple during Order 66? I mean, I would like to see this story of how Balin knows Anakin and
Star
so on
Wars
and so forth.
Legends. Put him in Star Wars Legends.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Like doesn't he start the fight off with like Anakin spoke highly of you,
Mhm.
and then she takes off her robe and says, "Funny, he never mentioned you."
Right.
Like automatically, she's on the defense
Mm-hmm.
mentally.
Well, is she really on the defense mentally with that? Because that can be like, hey, yeah, Anakin talked to you about me, but he never said anything about you.
True.
to
She
me.
could have been trying to, like,
you're
play
not
him
even
back.
worth it. Yeah, like that's also an aggressive stance back.
Mm-hmm.
Or that could have just been the truth.
Yeah.
it obviously is.
Yeah.
Like, over
Agreed.
like it's a,
You
like,
know
it might
how
have
we
been
like
the
to deep
truth
dive,
with this
man.
But the entire fight, he's like picking at her and picking at her and picking at her. Where I felt she was really starting to lose her focus on things.
It could be true. I mean, she hasn't fought many. Like she's fought Inquisitors
Mm-hmm.
that were sort of trained in the Force, but this was a full blown Jedi that went to the dark side. Or not even dark side. We don't even know what's
We don't know
happening
what he
with him
is.
now.
Survivor.
He's a fallen Jedi.
He's a fallen
Yeah.
Jedi.
Fallen Jedi.
He's a survivor.
He's a survivor, and
He's
we
a
don't know
survivor.
what his motives are yet. We don't understand. Like he keeps saying that, the reason why he's helping Morgan is for power. But what do you need power for? What are you trying to do?
That,
You know what I mean? We don't know that yet.
I thought that's it when he says like power past what you can possibly imagine. Does he want the world between worlds? Does he want to go there? Does he know
I don't think
about
he
it?
knows anything about that.
It's a very small group of people that know about it. And it's funny, Dave Filoni made a video recently about what the world between worlds is. And he's like, it's not a portal to different worlds. It's a connection. It's a line of communication to the Force.
Mm-hmm.
And if he is looking for the world between worlds to have it as like a power thing, it's more of a, like the world between worlds is more of just knowledge. From what Dave said, it's not a weapon that you can use to gain the upper hand, or you know what I mean. I mean, you can in a theory way, but like it's not meant for that. It's a line of communication between the living world and the Force, and it's always been there. Like I mean, if you think about any of the scenes in Rebels where Ezra was talking to Yoda, they would always go into this world where it would turn into a starry sky,
Yes.
and you would see Ezra in the world, and he was communicating with Yoda, who is a Force ghost. So in theory, we've always had our characters in the world between worlds because it is a connection to the Force.
Okay.
So I mean, if he winds up trying to use it as a power move, I mean, we've seen that you can move, you can time travel.
That's
You know
where
what I
I
mean?
was gonna go. Do you think he wants to time travel where he can change the events of Order 66?
But where would he know about the world between worlds? Because that's not
Well,
a
he's
thing
hanging
that
out
most
with-
Yeah, it's not something that like
You-
everybody knows about.
Yeah.
I mean, Luthal was one of the planets that actually had a temple that was connected
Yeah.
to it. And even then, it was a hard challenge to get into.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it wasn't easy for sure. So I mean, we're his motives right now. We have no idea. I feel like we're still in the dark about it. We're slowly getting bits and pieces of what he wants, and we know it's power, but we don't know why. And I
Yeah.
think that's what we're going to start seeing in the next few episodes. And I think this is where Ahsoka is going to start getting a revelation on how she needs to take these guys down.
And it's what I loved about just his character is that you see that, like, I don't want to do this.
No, he
You know what
doesn't.
I mean? It's like what a pity. Like, I knew your master. Like, I don't want to kill you.
There's conflict in him still.
Yeah, and even I think the last strike that he gave Ahsoka, I think he was basically like kind of like give up, like
Well,
give
doesn't
up.
he
I
say
don't have
something
to do
along
this.
like this could have went another way? What does
Yeah.
he say?
Yeah. Well,
It
because wasn't Shin about to choke her? Like Shin was about to finish her off at one point.
Yeah, and
Well,
then Shin got wrecked.
Yeah.
Or Shin
Yeah, it
got
was-
wrecked in like 5 seconds.
Oh, yeah,
and that's-
she got
Ahsoka.
thrown
and that's
at the
when
rock.
he,
That's
and
what
that's
it
when he
was.
got mad.
Yeah.
We
And
get
that's
to
when he
this
got mad.
point in the fight now where Shin shows back up and Ahsoka just goes, boom.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, you're done.
well, that was 'cause
you're out of here.
Well, she tapped into the dark side there because that power was not a Jedi power. Like she tapped and she was like, "Nope, move." You know what I mean? Because she
That's
thought
totally a Jedi power.
you don't see a lot of Jedi using it though.
No,
Against
but that's totally a
humans.
Jedi
No.
power.
I mean,
Well,
it
she-
is
I mean, they did that to a million power droids, but not against
not a
human.
human thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luke.
Luke's a different story. Luke does whatever because he's OP, man.
I got you.
He's
but
an
I'm saying,
OG,
like,
man.
But I'm saying, like, he's, like,
He didn't-
she was the one that was trained after one of the strongest Jedi that ever lived, and she's extremely powerful. And
I mean, I
it's
think-
like,
Nah,
move,
does Luke
like, I
ever
got a
use it how he
task on me.
wants? No.
Bam!
Droids.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
Like,
droids
you
and like a
interrupted
ranker.
this and boom.
I mean, he at that point she was completely like, "Oh no, Sabine, is she dead?" Anger.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Move, sucker.
I think it's fueled by more. She's tapping into more of the Force than she normally does.
Some
Yeah.
more, some
but
more
I
of the
don't think
gray
it's
side.
dark.
It's man, we've talked about it all the time, man. Ahsoka is a great Jedi. I don't care. She walks the path of the light and the dark. She's balanced, bro. She's balanced.
Yeah.
And she didn't kill her. She just threw her really hard.
Really hard. Knocked her out.
Really
It was like
hard.
a little.
PKO.
It was almost like, okay, I'm gonna knock you out. I'm gonna get to you after this. Let's go.
It don't even phase Balin now.
No.
No.
Well, no, he actually looked upset.
I mean, he did.
Like he got upset. Like when that happened, he was just like, "No, you didn't." And like that's when he was even more aggressive, and that's when she kept going more
that
to
was
the
when
edge.
his mission was to protect the map, and right after that is when she got the map, and that's when he turned it on like full hardcore
Yeah.
power swings from above.
Yeah.
And that's when he backs her into the wall, and she holds her foot against the wall to hold him off.
oh, that was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The acrobats, man. It's
Totally.
She was smooth with
that
it.
was so
What a
good.
fight. It's just a nuts fight. Because
It
it
was-
still keeps on going.
It does.
that fight was
Sick.
by far one of the best lightsaber duels I've seen in a long time.
Probably the next best ever since at least I loved this one.
So three?
The no
The
the
Mustafar fight?
us no
Luke and the
No.
Mandor.
no. I'm talking about Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader and the last episode of
Oh,
the
Obi-Wan.
Obi show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
I
was-
think that hit me only because
Agreed.
there was like an emotional thing going on there, but I think just because of the mission and what was going on there in that particular moment.
Have you watched that in isolation, like by itself?
What, the Obi-Wan?
Yeah.
No, I haven't
You
seen
like,
it.
gotta
just
watch
that
it by
fight?
itself.
I haven't seen it in some time.
It,
Yeah,
it
wa-
popped up
watch
on
it
like a
again.
reel for me, and I'm like, man, this was
so
This
good.
was
That
kind
was
of
a
worth.
great fight.
This was
Yeah, it was
kind of
so
worth
good.
him
I forgot
hiding
about that
Leia
one,
under
too.
the coat.
Yup.
Yeah, it was that fight was so good. It was,
And
was
the
so
crazy part
good.
is that we got so many fights in this episode, and I think Filoni gave us Star Wars, man. He gave us Star Wars in the best fashion that we can ask for.
I also feel that this episode marks the absolute turning point of the mid-season where we're going to go in a completely different direction. Not in a bad way, but a lot's going to change beginning of the next episode.
Yeah, so 4 more left, man.
Yeah.
This is it.
I need for y'all to go. It's the last scene of this episode.
Wait, before we do that.
We got one more scene.
Wait, there's one more
before
scene,
the
man.
scene.
There's one more scene. One more scene. All right.
So
What else is there to
before we go
talk
to this
about?
scene, we'll go back to the beginning of the episode where Ahsoka is talking to Sabine, and what does she say?
Perfect.
You know, when the time comes, you got to do the right thing no matter how much it hurts.
Yep.
And what does she do when the chips are down? Not the right thing.
Here. And that shows you how much love she has for Ezra.
But is it love, or is it just like the complete abandonment of everything she's had? Is gone.
No, it is that.
She thinks
that is her
Ahsoka's
mission.
gone. She thinks everyone
Yeah.
but Ezra is gone.
Yeah. So
I mean-
she's trying to get Ezra at this point.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, I think they even said it like Ezra's. Who said it? It was Balin, I think, right? He's like, Ezra's the only family you have left.
Bingo. Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Her
Balin's
family's
mind
gone.
game is
Which,
on
like,
point.
yeah,
The whole
yeah.
episode.
Smooth.
He's
smooth.
and the crazy part, he knows
Balin
everything.
literally
Did you
does
see
a
him?
power swing, knocking Ahsoka back. We won't get there yet. But then turns around, stops,
Reads.
reads
Yep.
her mind,
Mm-hmm.
and then goes in on the mental side.
And what does he do? He puts his
Totally mental
lightsaber
side.
away too. Even
Yes.
before saying anything, he holsters his lightsaber.
Yep.
He knows he don't need to.
He doesn't
Bingo.
need the fighter like that.
He knows the Jedi mind trick games, bro. He is the master of the Jedi mind trick game now because he doesn't. He just knows how to tick you off.
You know how
Like the first time I watched it,
No,
I didn't
pick
even like
game.
realize he did like the pause where he reads her thoughts and then goes into it. I was like, oh, that's genius.
That dude is strong, man. He is a strong force connection. And again,
That's also like all Jedi stuff. Like
I mean-
reading people's minds and all that. That's all Jedi training.
yeah, but this man's
But
training
he's
is
just
in depth, man.
amplifying it
Yeah.
even further.
Yeah.
He just like, oh, okay, well, I'm like, I know how to do this, but I need to do it better. I need to get into this better. Like, okay, let's go. I got this.
Yeah.
Let's look
Wonder
at
how
like
he
some of the
survived.
fallen Jedi that we have. We have Vader and we have Palpatine, who we've seen, and they use that same trick.
Palpatine was
Palpatine
never a
wasn't-
Jedi.
Yeah, I guess he's never a Jedi, but he still uses the
Dooku.
same
Dooku.
mind trick of reading
But I
Luke's
don't-
feelings.
I don't think Dooku never did that though.
And Vader reads Luke's feelings.
I don't recall Dooku like doing voice or not voice, just mind reading.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think
I know
so either.
Vader.
Yeah.
Like we've seen that.
Your feelings betray you.
Bingo, and that's the same thing in the throne room fight when I know he's not a Jedi now. He came out wrong, but Palpatine's reading Luke's feelings like that.
I don't know if it was more of like reading feelings, but like you got to think.
Instructing.
I wouldn't even say that.
I think it's more instructing because
You
he's
think?
like, I see you're getting angry and I'm going to push it.
Okay, yeah, that's what it is.
I'm going to instruct you.
Like
and
he's almost
push you to the dark
instigating.
side.
He's instigating that
Okay.
feeling. You know what I mean? I don't think it's more because they can sense dark energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Even
but-
Jedi were able to
But
sense
he
dark
said-
energy.
But he said, I feel the
I
anger.
feel the anger growing
I
inside
feel the
you.
anger growing. So
Yeah.
Palpatine, in his own way, said that
good, Anakin, good.
grab the lightsaber, strike me down.
Do it.
Do it.
Oh, that was great. We all did.
Again,
We
like,
all have
Nice
our own
bounce
Palpatine voiceovers.
Do it.
We don't need Sam Witwer. No, we do. Sorry.
Yes, we do.
yo, if we
I
could
can't
get
do.
Sam
We do
Witwer
love
now.
Sam.
If you're watching this, can we get an episode with you?
Please. Yes, come on our show.
I just want to like pick every bit of Star Wars brain knowledge you have and have you do voiceovers on the episode. That'd be so sick. Because then I won't have to use little videos. Even though that was Kev's voice
That was
that
great.
did it. It wasn't R2D2.
Yep.
I sat there and I was like, yo, it's so spot on. It was in key and everything. I even went back and forth. I muted Kev and then I muted the video back and forth. I'm like, it sounds the same. I can't even do it. He did it so well.
Too good. Too
Oh,
good.
Kev, if I ever need an R2D2 voiceover, I'm calling you.
So
back to the end of the episode.
Wait, we're not done yet. No, there's more.
What the
There's
fuck,
more.
man?
Oh,
There's
yeah, that's
more.
right. Yeah, so
the
what do we
space
got more?
scene
Sabine.
when Morgan takes off and all the ships blow up when they took off.
Oh,
Yes.
That scene
Yeah.
was crazy.
So I wanted to go back to episode 3 about that. Like, what do you think the ramifications is? So Sabine took these Jedi, took the X-wing people without, real permission, and she just got 2 of them killed. Do you think she gets court-martialed?
I don't think she cares at this point.
No, I mean she
She
won't
has
care.
the evidence that she needs now.
Nah, because they're gone.
They're going, yeah.
Yeah, but she has all the destruction and everything,
Yeah.
and they have the other ship which scanned it and can verify.
They need some
all that information.
body cam footage.
You have the Jedi ship.
But here's the thing, in all honesty, if they actually succeed, and they will,
We know that.
and Thrawn comes back,
He will.
which he will,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then guess what? It won't be court-martial because she was 100% accurate.
That's true.
That's true.
Yep.
In all honesty, I was thinking like they're gonna go through the portal and she's gonna take the goat and go with him.
I was so ready.
I
for
thought
her.
so
Like,
too.
I
I
was
was
so
like,
ready
okay,
for her to
cool.
slide in
Yep.
there and dock real fast. Be like, I'm gonna slide on.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, oh man, like Sabine, they're gonna be over there. They're gonna be in this other universe finally, which is gonna be awesome because we're getting that next episode. Hopefully,
Like, not only are we getting in that next episode, but we're getting it in the theater. Something huge
Yeah.
is going to happen where they want you to
10
see it on the
places
big
around the
screen.
world. There are 10 places around the world that
The
you
Chamonix
can
Mall
see
is
it.
one of them.
What?
No.
Wait, I didn't even see that.
Are you serious?
Y'all?
we totally are
Wait,
not
how
getting those tickets.
How do we wait? How
Whoa,
do you get
how
them?
can you
yeah,
get 'em?
they're already sold. They have to
they're-
be sold.
they're- I
They have to be
imagine so.
gone.
What?
I thought y'all knew.
Because that was the next day.
No.
I didn't know New Chamonix was one of them.
Oh my
I
god!
The
figured it
Chamonix
wasn't
Mall
even-
is one of them.
Oh
No, I figured it wasn't
my
even going to be a possibility, so I wasn't even trying.
Bro.
Dude,
Bro.
2 hours before it drops at 9 o'clock, they will be in the theaters and watching that episode.
Wait a minute. Call Jose. I'm sure he can get us in.
Yo, baby Gorilla.
Get us the hookup.
Bro.
he probably got
Oh
tickets
my
like I already got them.
God. Dude, if I would have known that, I would have been on that like white on rice, bro.
Oh, I thought y'all knew.
I-
My
No.
bad.
It's
I
even
dropped the
gonna be
ball.
I
local
wouldn't
to
even
us.
known how to find it. I thought that was gonna be invitation only.
Nah, dude. That was like a good thing.
Oh man.
Okay, we got a mission on our hands.
We're looking.
G&T got to try to get into the Chamonix Mall and try
I
to
will
get these
break
tickets.
in.
Oh,
Doesn't Kev
man.
know people that work there?
Yo, don't
Possible?
incriminate
I don't
him.
know.
He ain't here right now.
I don't care. Exactly my point. He's not here right now, so he can't defend himself. So
We, by any means necessary.
by any means, bro, I will go ahead and act like I work there. I will find a
Oh,
shirt.
All right,
man.
I'm gonna work on my
You just
Jedi
blew us
mindset.
all up there.
Bro. Oh my yeah, I mean I heard
man.
about the movie theater thing and I was like, dang, how cool would that be? But you're right. Something big is gonna happen. This
That's
episode
what
is
I'm
gonna
saying.
be
It's
big.
huge.
And so before we get into those theories, do we want to talk about the final scene?
No, let's go back to Sabine. Like, just
Damn it!
let's go back and talk about her. Like, just legitimately dropping the ball, folding.
No,
and
she
going
didn't drop
with
the
it.
ball. She gave it to them.
I know. Well, did she?
Yeah,
And then-
she passed that hard pass
and
into
like
his hand.
Balin like taking his lightsaber and like, and
That okay.
It's
all right,
taking
all right.
like 10
Balin
seconds
does
with
what
the thing.
Sabine
should have done.
should have done.
But she,
However,
do you think that blaster would have done that? Though?
I don't think so.
No. It
I
was
don't
definitely
think
a
so.
lightsaber.
If that lightsaber
No.
took like a while.
It did.
it
That
did
was
take a
like
while, yeah.
he was just like, all right, are we done yet? Are we done yet? Are you gonna break? Damn it! Like,
Yeah, that was a hot minute just standing there.
no pun intended.
What I would have loved.
But
is-
like same sorry.
I'm not gonna.
Same token, like he knew that when he was asking her for the thing.
Yeah.
I
I
just
love Balin.
I knew that blaster was not going to do anything to that ball.
No, it would have been like.
I would.
I
I would.
yeah, I was waiting for like a Rick.
That
I
shit was
would've-
just like, she wasn't going to just be able to force grab it out.
No,
I mean, we're talking about.
I just wanted.
Sabine.
In all honesty, I just wanted her just to like chuck it at the water and then just use her double cannon to just start unloading on Balin. All he had to do was block it while the thing is just.
that would have
and
just
she-
been like a straight up death wish at that point. We like Sabine.
I know.
I don't want her to die.
I think
But guess-
I think
so-
2
but
episodes.
guess what? She
Bruce has
would've-
got plot
she
on.
That's
would've-
what she would have done.
She would have died if she would have did what Ahsoka wanted her to do.
Yeah.
But she didn't.
Huh?
She would have.
No.
She would have.
She would have died.
But
She
she
would've
didn't.
died.
Hands
Easy.
would have died, but she didn't. She's still
She
alive in the
straight
show.
up threw it all away.
But you know what though?
The
story continues.
Exactly. It's
We
like
get
it's,
to see
it's a
this-
continual story.
We get to see this new universe. We get to get Thrawn, which I am excited for.
We pull over the cliffs. We get that awesome cliff shot, and it morphs into something. I always watch things with subtitles on, so it was a little like preemptive, like blowing me away. But do you know what he said to her?
Hey, bro.
First words out of his mouth.
I was like,
I've never heard him say it in live action, and we see it, and I'm like, I thought I'd never hear that again.
I didn't even hear exactly.
that's how I'm glad.
Because
I'm like,
You don't watch with subtitles?
You you really have to crank that volume up to hear it, because there's so much other sounds that are going on the ocean and everything else.
Yeah.
It's just like why we missed
That first episode.
the first episode, because there's so many other sounds and noises going on.
Right.
You really have to crank that volume up and like put that speaker right next to your ear to hear it distinctively.
Yeah.
But if you watch it with subtitles, you pick up and see, hey, Snips.
So, to be quite honest, I actually didn't watch the episode in subtitles, but I did have it cranked out. I had my whole surround sound system on. Every time I watch Ahsoka, I've had this surround sound system up. I don't care if it's 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock, whatever. I have it on. Sorry for the family. I'm sorry if you guys are sleeping, but
4 o'clock in the morning. I'm watching with subtitles.
No, but I heard a voice, and every time I hear a voice, like even in the first episode, I heard the same thing. I pause it, I go back, and then I throw the subtitles on, and then when I see it say "Hey Snips," I said, "No flipping way, bro, no flipping way." And then I didn't even see the rest of the scene yet. I had just rewinded it. I heard the voice, boom, and then I see Anakin. I'm like, "Holy smokes!"
Yep.
Yeah, that was
You
me.
see that whole interaction, and then we get Darth Vader's music at the end as it fades out.
And
didn't
this
even
is where it
peep
gets
that.
You
weird.
missed that too?
Bro.
It like fades
When
to
the
black and
episode-
puts
and it's
the
dun 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 dun, boom.
I totally.
Yeah, I got goosebumps,
Yup.
bro.
Dude, this has set the internet ablaze. Oh my God. Worse than it has with Merrick and figuring out who he is, if he's Starkiller or whatnot, if they've done the thing that everybody wanted them to do. Like, no, this has set the internet ablaze. We talked before we just hopped on, and the question is, who is he?
Even before that,
Yeah, before we get to that, there's
Before
still
we get
more,
to
man.
that.
There's still more.
what this
Okay.
blew my mind. It even
Y'all guys
this is why
are
I
like-
hope it's Anakin. Before we
Y'all
get
guys
into
are like
that,
right now with me.
Before we
I'm
get
like,
into that, and this is where I hope it's Anakin, because it justifies and it solidifies why it's Hayden Christensen at the end of Return of the Jedi, and not Peter.
Yeah, the old guy from the
David Prowse.
Yeah.
See, I can remember that, but I
Yeah.
can't remember anyone else's name.
Sorry, you don't need to know the new ones. We got you. We got you
Remember
covered, bro.
David Prowse.
We got you covered. Real
But it
quick,
totally like solidifies that then. And-
but
Yep.
but as much as I would love it to be Anakin, he has Darth Vader's lightsaber on his hilt.
Nah, that's shadows, man.
No, that is Darth Vader's
That is
lightsaber.
shadows.
That is not Anakin's lightsaber.
I don't know. I think that's Anakin's lightsaber.
No, dude, the hilt is darker. It's black. It's completely
they're
black.
literally in black area.
No, I'm telling you.
Darth Vader's hangs a different way than
yeah,
that-
doesn't his hang vertical? Like,
Yeah, it's opposite.
What do you mean?
and then they both have
Darth
like.
Vader's doesn't hang upside down. He has the little clip thing.
I gotta find the pictures now.
Yeah.
That's. I gotta look at the picture again.
You got to do it the other way so the camera can see.
So normal Jedi, and they grab it like this, underhand. Vader hangs it like this, and he grabs it like
Yeah.
because of his
It hangs
big
in two
old
different
robotic.
ways.
I gotta watch this
Oven
again, man.
mitt
I gotta
hands.
watch it again because I looked at it, and then that was what solidified the ending of the Vader theme. Because I was like, okay, that's not Anakin that we know. This is Darth Vader, and it's playing tricks on him. But then I also had another theory, which I think you had the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's there's so much that could be there.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have been tearing it apart because of the way he looks.
The CGI.
The CGI is
Yeah.
a little like.
But he's supposed to be
people are like,
ghosty.
we've seen better CGI. Like the Luke in the Mandalorian series,
But he wasn't
the
also-
second time
But he wasn't a ghost.
is amazing and is like perfectly. Yeah, and that's one of the questions is like, all right, well, he's a ghost, so he's going to be a little bit more
A
whitewashed.
little hazy, yeah.
Or
He's pulling it
He's
up.
pulling it up right now. He's just like, I've got to see all this.
No, he's gonna go back and go all the way to the end here. Bum 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 bum. End scene. That still gives me chills, man.
Yeah.
That just. But anyway, do
All
you
right.
want to talk
So
about
so if we keep on going with it while Larry looks at what he's
that?
looking
He's
at,
probably gonna just have his mind blown right now.
we're all waiting for Larry's mind to
I
get
wish I had my
blown.
phone because I see that picture. But yeah, man, I don't think it's Anakin's lightsaber. But I don't know. Because if the theories that I'm having for this next episode.
Here it is.
Oh, here. Hey, Snips. Oh, that scene.
Master?
Master.
I didn't expect to see you so soon.
All right, hold on, guys. We're watching the scene. Hold on.
Anakin.
Oh, man. First of all, Hayden Christensen, you still look the part, bro. Even with the CGI. All right, so can we go back a little bit real quick? I need this picture. I need to just hear because we already have it on screen.
Blow it up. We got it right
Blow
there.
it up real quick. I need to see his lightsaber hilt.
It's where we
It's
see
got to
the
be a
full-
little further. Yeah,
Yeah.
full shot there. Just like screenshot him. We'll just zoom in. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Wait, what are you doing? Jedi mind tricks?
By the way, that's Vader's.
Okay,
That's
that's Vader's.
Vader's.
Okay, all right. Oh, we gotta find this out. We're gonna dissect this, guys.
It won't let me.
All right.
Ah, it won't let us freeze it at the perfect moment.
Wait, can we? Oh
You
yeah,
can
pause it. Pause
Okay,
it.
yeah. We can at least pause it so we can.
We're gonna figure this out. I'm like itching right now. Sorry, Mike.
All right, go for it.
No, man.
It is hard to
It's
tell.
Very
That-
similar
that is
to
why
Vader's
there's the
lightsaber.
debate.
I don't think it's Vader's lightsaber.
Because Anakin's lightsaber is black on the bottom and it's silver on the top. It's all silver up top. Because remember, it's Rey. Rey gets that lightsaber in the new trilogy. That's completely all black. I'm telling you, I really do think that that's Vader's
on.
lightsaber.
Then Ray didn't get.
She got Anakin's lightsaber in the
Luke
new
got
trilogy.
Anakin's
lightsaber's all
lightsaber.
silver, yeah.
It's all silver.
Not Mama. What is
Mon
what is-
Mothma?
No, what is the thing with the little yellow girl that looks like the thing
Maz
from Dragon?
Kanata?
Yeah, she looks like from Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
She picked it up from someone gave it to her, right?
Yeah. Yeah, which is
Well,
still
we
weird
don't
to
know
me.
exactly how
That
she
story
got
is
it.
weird, man, because I'm like,
Yeah.
how did you get it? But yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. I really do think that that's Vader's lightsaber. And if the rumors are true about this next episode, guys, this really could be the biggest episode, biggest scene in Star Wars history. And do I want to jump into that?
Yeah,
go
let's
for
just
it.
go for
Okay.
it.
So listen, look.
You are in this daggone far.
We
The
are,
theory for this next episode, guys, is gonna be almost like, if this happens, I'm gonna ball out so hard because the rumor is that we're gonna get a scene of Ahsoka and Anakin fighting on Mustafar instead of Obi-Wan and
What?
yes. This is supposed to be an alternate reality version where Ahsoka confronts her master. And this is how I think she receives her final training as a Jedi to become a master. She confronts Vader on Mustafar, and we get that giant, beautiful fight scene.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That's
Oh
the
my
theory
God.
that's
Yo.
going there.
Oh my God, bro.
And
even in
something
that-
like that would be in the theater.
Would be in theaters. Because when was the last time we saw that scene? In the freaking movie theaters in 2005.
Oh, does that mean we're getting like Battle of the Heroes theme, which is like secretly my favorite Star Wars song? That is absolute like
awesome if we
pinnacle
did.
favorite Star Wars song.
Bro, I was thinking about it all day. I'm like, if this happens, I am going to cry. I am going to literally ball up and cry.
We
It-
have to get.
We need to do a
tickets.
watch party.
So
Yes,
if
it's
if
going
that
down.
happened-
We need to. If it's in theaters and we can't go see it, we're gonna make our own. Screw it.
And
I
if
like it.
all this happens, the
At
question
Jose
is,
house.
who is that? Is it truly Anakin as a Force ghost,
Yeah, go for
present
it.
in the Force?
Go for it, bro.
Is it the brother?
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. Let's go.
As played by Sam Witwer.
Sam Witwer.
Yeah, but it would still be the brother being in the form of Anakin, so we still have Hayden Christensen playing the part.
Ooh, no, but what if he
But-
goes to a scene where Sam Witwer takes over the... Oh, snaps.
That would be
They
interesting.
can,
Oh my
they can
Yeah.
slap some makeup
So
on
it could
him.
be the brother. I do like. There is another one out there that I really do like.
There's always another.
That it's actually the father.
No.
And the theory there is that it's actually the father but Anakin in one. That Anakin is actually the chosen one, and the father chose him, willed him into existence in order to take his place to balance the Force, to be the one that keeps the light and the dark in balance and in check. Ahsoka in Clone Wars dies in that Mortis arc
Mm-hmm.
and is essentially brought back to life by the sister's essence.
Yes.
So the light. So she embodies the light. And there's always that Al
Yes.
that's around her and present in tons of things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't recall ever seeing it in live action yet.
Oh, no. It was...
Wasn't it in
Was it there?
It was in
Mandalorian?
Mandalorian.
It was in Mandalorian?
Yes,
okay.
sir.
I may have just missed it.
Yes.
But like that's the representation that like she
the sister.
is the sister, she is the light.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone always thought that Anakin was the dark. But the reality could be that he is the father. So it's still Anakin, but it's Anakin being completely one with the
Balance.
Force and being his true place and being that chosen one to be the Force, to be the balance.
Skin, bro. Skin. Oh, my
It's
God.
just nuts. It's crazy. And the
Oh
internet
my
is
God.
on fire right now with it.
God, bro,
Trying
that would
to
make...
figure it out.
Bro, but then you know what that does? You know what that does for Anakin? It solidifies him as the chosen one.
Yes.
After all of this stuff of like, oh, well, we think now Rey's the chosen, and then... No, it solidifies the one, Anakin Skywalker being the chosen one to bring balance to the Force, and that's huge.
Truly.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And
Truly.
that will change the whole spectrum of Star Wars.
I don't even think it changes the spectrum of Star Wars.
No,
it keeps Star Wars to being what it is supposed to be.
It does connect a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I don't like about that is if the father chose Anakin and willed him into existence, does that take away from Palpatine making Anakin?
That's a... It's, so... It,
Was that ever canonized?
Palpatine, no, that was never canonized.
Oh,
that
okay.
he made Anakin. No,
Yeah, through the
it's that
midichlorians.
he manipulated
Yeah.
Anakin in order to become Darth Vader.
Okay.
That he was
No.
always
No.
manipulating.
I thought he
him.
manipulated the midichlorians,
Midichlorians
to
in the
get
comic book.
shimmy. Yeah.
in the comic book.
in
they
the
said?
comic
Yeah.
book,
Oh,
in the
that's
Darth
right.
Vader comics, there was a one of the episodes or one of the comic books where there was it wasn't necessarily Palpatine, it was more of a Sith spirit
Okay.
that took over Shmi Skywalker's body and did something with the midichlorians to, in theory, make an immaculate conception. And it was thought that it would be Palpatine, or thought that it was Palpatine that did it while he was still under Plagueis,
Yeah.
because Plagueis was actually tampering with midichlorians and stuff like that, and
and all
he
that.
did obviously learn from him. So there's some, I don't know if they completely said that that's canon, but typically, well, if I'm not
the
mistaken,
Marvel
those
stuff's canon.
Comics are canon.
it's canon
Yeah.
because that came in after that was purchased by Disney.
Well, even the ones that came in before, there are some that are actually canon because they were actually released by Lucas.
Oh man, I'm like,
Yeah. So there's a lot there, and that's the question of who is that person we see?
at this point,
Is it truly Anakin, or is it Anakin form but somebody else doing something with?
I like the
Ahsoka.
father thing. My heart of hearts, I hope it's just Anakin's Force ghost.
Oh, I totally
I hope
hope
so,
it's
I think
just,
so.
yeah. That's what I want it to be too.
I mean, the theories are great, no doubt about it. I mean, how much would that be, like, amazing for us to get a live action brother or father or sister or whatever right?
Yeah, you already have the nods to her being the sister.
Right.
So,
You know what I mean? And we have the owl and stuff like that, which is a representation.
So one other thing I saw at the beginning of the episode when what's the robot's name?
Hu Yang.
Hu Yang was working on the ship. The camera angle is up in a tree, through the trees, looking down on Hu Yang.
I think it was the bird or the owl.
Yes.
Could be.
ooh,
Yeah.
we're getting it from the sister's
Yeah.
perspective.
I didn't think of that. That's good.
Interesting.
Man, dude, you got me stumped. I don't even know how to even think right now. But shoot, man. Yeah, if we get any of those theories or just anything in general, because here's the thing, guys. Regardless of what happens with the show, we're all going to love it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There's no doubt in my mind. This show has been perfectly written from every single episode. If I'm not mistaken, Rotten Tomatoes has actually had every episode in the high 90s.
Yeah, they're
which
high.
is very rare for Rotten Tomatoes because they're notorious for like bashing stuff.
They hate.
They hate
They hate
content.
on great things.
Great things. And this is actually one of the things that in a while has consistently had 95 plus of review points. So props to Dave, man. I can't stop praising this man because he's given us everything that we wanted in a Disney show. Continued the legacy of George Lucas in a way that I don't think anybody could fill those shoes better. That man is Star Wars, and forever will be able to just dictate the direction and where Star Wars should be going properly in the eyes of George Lucas. So,
Agreed.
hands down to you, my good sir, because you are doing a phenomenal job. So yeah, that's really all I got.
Yo, he's the man. Yo, he's giving us stuff that we didn't know that we wanted either.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Like
The whole character, the whole Balin character. I didn't know I needed him, but oh my God, I'm so happy we have him. You know what I mean?
One last thing about Balin, and between us, over under, is Balin going to make it out of the series?
No,
Do you think he lives past this series?
no. They gotta find a way to kill him off now.
Well,
Because
here's
he
the thing:
can't-
if it
you
was
know what I
already
mean?
recorded, though,
Yeah.
but we don't even know if the Ahsoka series has
Like, do
any
you-
continuity in the future.
Do you think Balin?
Oh, it totally does.
Do you think Balin can go to the light side and make the sacrifice if needed?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And
And here's the thing: we've already said he's conflicted.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's not a moment that he does something that is, I want to do it for pure evil. He's doing it for
Yeah.
a purpose. And again, we don't know what that purpose is. We don't know if he wants the power for himself or he wants the power to do what's right.
that's yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't think he's going to make it out of the series, and I wouldn't be surprised if he makes a sacrifice play for the right reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? And the crazy part is, we know how crazy Thrawn can be.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This
I
man,
wouldn't be surprised if he goes down for the wrong reasons.
I mean,
Because he's a man that's made up his mind. He has his objective,
Mhm.
and he wants to see that through. I honestly my prediction is what he wants to see happen is a new Jedi Order, but a Jedi Order that he creates.
Okay.
Okay.
So that too.
would you guys consider him to be a gray Jedi?
A gray or great?
No, he's
Gray.
definitely not gray.
Gray.
He's not gray.
And I disagree with you.
I think he's a dark Jedi. He's a fallen Jedi.
I
I think there's this concept out there of like a dark Jedi, and in all honesty, we can watch tons of videos, and there's a video that's becoming popular now of Freddie Prinze Jr. basically tearing apart. I think you're the one that sent it out.
Yeah.
Tearing apart everybody
About
on like
Star
gray
Wars.
Jedi, dark Jedi, all of these things, and like he even says like, I worked with all these guys. I did this because he's Kanan, right?
He's Kanan.
He's Kanan. So he's worked with Filoni. He's worked with Lucas. You know, he has that inside connection and knows things. And I kind of feel like his statement, yeah, there is no gray Jedi. There is no dark Jedi. There is the light side and the dark side. And there is just the Force. And that's the whole story. And a lot of it is stories that we've already heard before in a new universe, in a galaxy far, far away, you know.
And now even further away because now there's another one.
Yeah, now there's even another
We
one.
didn't even get into that.
Further
whole nother
away.
universe
And-
and what that does.
Yeah, because now this next 4 episodes is going to be mostly in this new universe.
It's gonna be amazing. Oh my god.
Like,
And what does that even mean, man?
What does that even look like?
what does that open for the doors for Star Wars lore and legends? Because, like you mentioned in the last episode,
Totally.
the Force and the Jedi and stuff like that weren't from the galaxy that we know of today, but in a different galaxy where even like Morgan and the
Night
the
Sisters?
Night
Sisters,
Sisters were not from this particular universe. They were
Right.
from a different universe. So
Yeah.
like, what kind of magic or what kind of sorcery or what kind of lore and legends are going to be in this new universe?
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? Now the vast opportunities that Disney has to do this whole thing, it's like, oh, we can give you new.
A whole new world.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you.
Of you.
That's getting clipped. Anyway,
No, it's not.
no, I'm gonna show. No, I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna clip
Oh,
it as
you're
like
gonna clip it?
I'm gonna
Clip
show
it.
it to everybody. Larry and his beautiful voice.
Oh god. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh no, they wasn't ready. But yeah, man, new universe, new lore, man. It's
Yeah.
this is an exciting time to be a Star Wars fan, guys. And I'm
Let's
just happy.
go.
I'm excited to be here with you guys talking about this because God knows I'm itching.
They sell creams.
The craziest part is,
it wouldn't work.
who would have thought? Who would have thought in the beginning of this year, like this is
Like-
like the height.
Like Star
everything.
Wars is just like went.
And you know what's awesome?
Yeah.
We were like always like, man, like when is Star Wars gonna get its time? When is like Marvel was doing its thing and we got all these amazing shows and movies and we were like, man, Star Wars needs to catch up and this. Man, the time waited was necessary. It was our patience was it's being satisfied right now by everything that we're getting.
Yep.
And like I said, great time to be a Star Wars fan.
What?
Yeah, totally.
I know it was it last year or 2 years ago? Was it last year where they announced that D23 that was Ahsoka, Obi-Wan? I guess it was 2 years ago. And they announced all the new Star Wars shows coming. What is still coming? We got Skeleton Crew, which is supposed to take place in this weird universe.
if it makes it out.
We also have the New Republic. It's like what was it? No.
Well,
No, outside of the
So
Well,
Acolyte
outside
and
of-
Skeleton Crew
Oh yeah, Alkali.
may
Okay.
not actually make it out.
No, what's the one with the starfighters though? The one that it's supposed
Patty Jenkins was supposed to do
I can't remember now. Damn it.
Rogue Leader,
It's something I don't remember what the hell name
but that was
now.
supposed to be a movie.
No.
The,
It's a TV show and it's about
The Rangers?
the Rangers, the new
yeah,
the
that's-
Rangers of the New
Oh,
Republic.
the one
that
that-
is so shelved, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, because of what's
That-
her name,
that has
Gina
been
Carrero.
shelved, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Shoot, forgot
Which I
about
think
her.
they confirmed was dead.
Yeah, in the Mandalorian episode.
Yeah.
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 Which is listen, if that's the case, then continue with the story. Like, because now we have like the guy was with Hera, the guy that we've been seeing in a lot of the shows. He's the one
yeah,
Jedi
the pilot.
Starfighter, the pilot that was with Zeb, and which reminds me, we
Where's
haven't
Zeb?
gotten Zeb.
No, we
Yeah.
haven't got Zeb
Where
yet.
is my man Zeb? We haven't got him
Let's
yet.
go.
Shoot, we even got a little tease of Kanan. He was in an episode.
Yeah, what was that? Because you, what was that? Because was that yesterday? You told us,
yesterday or the day before?
or you
Yeah, I was waiting
Yeah.
for you.
teased
To,
us?
You were waiting for that?
I was waiting for you to tell like where was because I
He's
didn't
not
see
on
it.
Because I think you beat me. I was trying to type
I
out
don't
while I
have
was
the-
driving.
Zeb?
You know, what
no,
was the
not
painting?
Zeb, the other,
Kanan?
not Kanan.
Where was Kanan at?
All right, well,
George?
Kanan. All right,
fine.
guys. It was a nice little Easter
Oh, wait, yeah.
egg.
Yeah, where was Kanan?
It was a nice little Easter egg. So Kanan is actually two parts. So the pauldron that his son is wearing is a smaller version of the one that Kanan was wearing. So,
Oh, okay.
but
Okay.
in the ship, there was a picture of him
Was there?
in the ship.
Yeah,
You saw that too,
I
right?
saw it too.
So-
After you were like, Kanan's in it, and I'm like, where?
There was so you see from the back, you see Hera and you see their son. I forgot his name. Look it up. It's something like that.
Look it up, Kev.
Yeah, Kev. Caleb?
Google.
No.
I was say Kalen.
I don't know, but yeah, his son was there. But in the middle of the
Jason?
Jason
Oh, is
Sindula.
it Jason? Oh, Jason.
Jason. Jacob?
Nah, I'm reading wrong.
You're reading Star Wars
Reading
language.
wrong. I'm
But
trying
yeah,
to read like
Jason-
Star Wars.
So you got Hera on one side, Jason Sindula,
Jason.
and then right in the middle is a portrait of Kanan Jarrus.
Oh wow.
Wow, I
And it was
didn't
actually
notice.
kind of cool. It's a nice little Easter egg. It's not a live action. It's kind of like how they did the picture on the wall for the Rebels team and stuff like that. But it was a kind of like nod to like he's there.
It's like a photo of him.
Yeah, it was really cool, and it looked kind of neat actually. Like if you really zoom in on it, like it looked kind of like if it was a real life portrait kind of thing, which was kind of cool. But yeah, I thought I'd message you guys on that one. But technically he's there.
Like, I was like, no, he wasn't. Like, I ain't see him. You're lying.
Yeah,
But there you go.
How cool would that be?
Okay.
Can I get a flashback?
Possibilities
All
in the
right,
next
so-
episode.
I mean, bro, the next
Family.
episode,
So much.
the flashbacks we're probably supposed to get because we're supposed to be getting our boy Rex, bro.
Yep.
Rex.
And Rex is in the cast.
He's in the
He's
cast.
listed as cast.
We are getting Tamora
We get
Morrison
Rex?
Yes.
as Rex, bro.
Yes.
He is coming.
Bro.
He is
So
coming.
it's the question of what Rex do we get? Do we get
How old
Old
is
Man
Rex?
Rex?
Well, no, Old Man Rex is probably dead by this point, guys. I'm not even gonna lie to you because you got to remember the
true.
clones
He's in-
are at what was it?
He's
Rushed.
on with the Ewoks.
Yeah. Did you see that where
Yeah.
that
I love how
guy
they
just
made
has
that.
that random beard has just been like canonized?
and then
over-
now it's like, no, that's Rex. I'm like, yeah. Episode 6 when they were fighting on
Endor.
Endor.
Andor. Yeah.
There was a scene where there was an older rebel fighter with
In the camo
Big
with
white
this
beard.
big white beard.
Yes.
And I
They-
think he's
they-
wearing the helmet.
He's wearing a helmet. They actually said that was Rex because they wound up putting a little snippet of that in the Rebels ending scenes.
Really?
So they kind of said, hey, that guy is supposed to be Rex, which is awesome, by the way.
35
Yes.
years later.
Which is great that they literally picked out and we're like, oh yeah, we're gonna make him to be Rex, and we're gonna give Rex a gray beard.
I like
so that
it.
way.
I thought it was so cool.
So how they going to do? Okay, I guess we're going to find out.
I mean, we're going to find
how
out, but
Rex-
it's definitely going to be...
We don't know how we're gonna get Rex.
And maybe a
But
flashback.
we're gonna
It's-
get Rex.
I
I think it's
listen,
going to be a flashback.
if
Yeah,
we get a
probably.
flashback,
it has to be.
I want to see the Rebel armor. The ARC Trooper armor.
Oh, that would be
Oh.
awesome.
With the helmet off and him having it on his side.
Yes.
And then you get Anakin and Snips, and they're just like all together on the. Oh my god!
I think the next episode. Mic drop. I think the next episode has nothing to do with the storyline that we have going. Like it's going to be paused. The next episode is all going to be the Master and Apprentice. It's all going to be
And building.
Anakin
Or-
and
Can they completely
Ahsoka.
sidetrack that and be like, here's what Thrawn's been doing?
Bro, I hope they don't do that because
If they
I would
do
be
that-
mad, bro.
after that last tease. Oh my!
Not even the last tease. You're about to have an episode in the movie theaters, and you're gonna
Oh,
give us
yeah,
a
yeah,
filler
yeah, yeah.
episode.
Exactly.
Like, nah, bro. This
Yeah,
episode
this
is
has gotta be-
it.
yeah.
it's
This
gotta
is
be
going
next
to
level.
Yeah.
be it. This is gonna be peak Star Wars viewing pleasure, and I'm gonna,
Ahsoka on the big screen.
bro. I wish.
For a second time.
I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna look, bro.
Those tickets have to be already
They
sold.
got. Can
They
I
gotta
get
be sold,
multiple
especially
screenings? Because
being right there.
multiple screenings, please.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
come on. At
please.
this point,
Not
like,
just one.
technically, if you're gonna do it 2 hours beforehand, if the real fans are there, they'll wait till 9 like a normal person. It's like, nah, I'm kidding.
Oh, the real fans are going to be there going, I want it early.
Yo,
Bro, I'll be there at 5
Yo.
o'clock.
family. I'll be there at 10. Wherever it takes.
Like,
Yeah, right?
10 o'clock at
Just
night, I'll be there.
See that in the big screen with all Star Wars nerds
And no-
in
and no, it's
one
going-
roof, man.
Family. Imagine. Open up a 5-hour window. Sell tickets each. One like
got their
every
phone, bro?
hour? Because the episode's
only
only gonna be
40
like an hour long.
It's 45 to 50 minutes, I heard it was so far. So it's not even long.
So family.
yeah, somebody look this up real quick. See if
Family,
we can find these
literally.
tickets, bro. Like,
Wait, bring it for 50 minutes. Bring them in 50 minutes.
Bro.
Get them out of there. Clean up. Next 50 minutes. Go in there. Clean up.
just
next 50
designate
minutes.
2 theaters and be like, hey, this one's done. Clean this up. Everybody's watching this one. All right, cool. Clean this up. Back and forth, back and forth. Come on, AMC. You got this.
Yes, you do.
I believe in you.
I believe in you too.
Listen, do you know how much money you'd make on popcorn?
Please. Please. And soda.
49 minutes, 50 seconds.
Okay, so we're like,
It's the next episode.
Okay.
Family.
And
Can-
5 of that's credits.
Can you find tickets? Please?
Okay, how about this? We're gonna find tickets
Off
off
air,
off air. Remember, we're still recording, George.
Yeah, we're still
Okay.
recording.
We also took our time to go find that scene. And that was a good, like,
Don't justify it.
Hey, listen, I'm justifying it because I may be right, okay? Because I stumped you from that one.
We're still on the episode. Still on the episode.
Yes, that's called. See, that was called content. This is called selfish.
And
I am selfish.
Okay, so
I am selfish. I'll take that.
Okay.
I own it.
Okay, so
I guess we know who's the dark one here.
Selfish leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
Is Kermit a Yoda? What? That was Kermit being a Jedi?
Miss Piggy? That's my almost 40-year-old Yoda I've been doing. My little Kenner action figure with the snake had this voice.
So Kermit's Yoda and Miss Piggy is Palpatine.
You know that kind of tracks.
One with the pork.
What you do on your time, bro?
one with the pork.
One with the pork I am. It's sizzling.
Oh, that's here come another short. Thank y'all guys so much for tuning in. God, this is episode what? Episode
34.
34.
This
Wow.
is one
Ooh.
part, actually. I don't know if we
Look,
should.
it's episode
Only one
34,
part.
and it's 3 and 4 we were doing.
Episode 3 and 4, episode 34.
Yeah.
How about that?
How about it, y'all?
I just got a nosebleed. That's intense.
Was it because you were one with the pork?
Nah, dude.
He was alone with the pork. Anyway, so thank y'all guys so much for tuning in. Hey, look, we still have a lot that's going on as a group.
So Frank
Please-
Oz played both, didn't he? No, go ahead.
Man, we're just not letting it get it out.
No,
of the
Larry
episode.
can't get an intro in and an outro now.
at all. Like I thought we was good at least on one of these.
Nope.
All right. First thing first, the one thing that we do want to do before we close out is thank the crew of this fantastic studio for everything that they do for us. George, please break down this awesome place. Break it all down.
All right, guys. So if you haven't noticed, we've been recording at a studio. We do it here and there, obviously. But we are at Repercussion Studios here in South Philly. We're in our A room. And I'm not biased because I work here. But the guys here are awesome. The studio here is awesome. We have a ton of equipment that you guys can get situated if you want to do your own pod. So yeah, if you guys are interested, we'll put the link in the description for this studio.
But George, how could I do my own podcast?
You call Repercussion Studios.
You come here and you get one of us to do it for you. We'll make you sound good, I promise.
Sound amazing. Sound amazing.
Amazing.
Sound amazing.
We're gonna make it sound huge.
Huge.
Oh God.
Huge. But nonetheless, we want to thank Repercussion Studios as always being the home away from home for us. Our very first episode ever, even though y'all guys didn't see it, it was actually on
Or hear it.
on Apple. Oh yeah, you didn't hear me. You heard it, but
Yeah,
it
I get to
wasn't
make
me.
jokes at myself now.
Yeah, how about it? But our very first episode
Welcome to your
ever
30s.
that you can find actually on Apple as well as Spotify was actually recorded here and it's always been here. So this is our home. This is the home for G&T. So thank y'all so much, Repercussion Studios, for everything y'all provide for us. We're so grateful as a crew. We're very, very grateful. Please also tune in to our Instagram, our YouTube shorts, our reveal of comic book and figures done here by Mr. Mike Berry. As well as tune in on to our sports podcast that we have going on as well, G&T Sports, where we are right now diving real heavy into NFL and the NBA talk. So please feel free to tap into all those things. We're growing, people. We're growing, and we're growing with y'all. So we appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all for any last comments or anything?
No, you
Talked
said
enough.
it great. You guys are knocking it out of the park with the G&T Sports. You
Amen,
got a
brother.
schedule. You guys are awesome.
On
and
point.
Kev, good job hosting, man.
Yeah.
You're doing good.
Yeah. The only other
He's
thing
scared
is,
to host.
He's terrified to host. Give him some love.
and Larry's there, Larry's hosting. But but nonetheless, thank y'all guys so much for tuning in. God bless y'all. Peace out, y'all.
Toodles.
Adios.